So I'm going to start us off strong. Do you believe democracy is dead in America?
Define democracy.
That is what I think everybody's trying to define right now. There's a huge political divide, obviously, with what we're seeing. Harris stepping in as, of course, going from vice president now to a presidential nominee. I think we've all seen what happened with RFK and all the rules being changed by the DNC. It really feels like voters don't have the power to actually make any meaningful change. And now what we're seeing on like TikTok and social media is a lot of younger kids start being vocal about political agendas that they may not understand. And so when I mean, is democracy dead? Has mainstream won with propaganda? Is there any way to, get back this original democratic viewpoint that we once had?
Well, I don't think mainstream media has actually accomplished anything. I think mainstream media is showing how much of a propaganda tool they are. If you were ever in doubt about mainstream media being used by governments to influence the way you behave and think, well, you can't deny this. I find it very interesting. I know there's a Bitcoin conference, but one of the things that gets me extremely comfortable with Bitcoin is the amount of media disruption occurring. Not because there's no blockchain for media. It's just a bunch of decentralized guys like you, me, other people that are willing to speak their truth. And I had some guy smashing me last night. Hey, who are you trying to be? Why are you on Twitter for an hour? I'm trying to educate. There's a whole planet of uneducated people. Bitcoin is very simple to understand. What's very difficult to understand is the financial system they're in, the education system they're in, which is massively flawed. I have congresswomen telling me they give the United States an F in education.
Yeah.
And we spend $80 billion of federal dollars. $80 billion a year. It's an F. Well, if it's an F, then you're going to let some other people get a piece of that $80 billion because I can't possibly do this worse than an F.
Yeah.
Even me. Now, this new administration, this new 37-year-old politician that's showing up at the table, which, by the way, I'm 30 years older than them. I am supporting 30-year-olds. We do not need I like Trump being a 4-year, his age, come in, crack the whip, restructure this country like a business. If we start making people be accountable, metrics, goals, I don't think there's anything that stops any president from saying, hey, we're going to have advisors with all these governors.
Yeah.
Overseeing. You wouldn't run divisions like this. If I opened a division for General Electric or General Motors and NVIDIA, I would have to report to a CFO. I would have to do my audits. I would have a P&L. I would have a budget, and I would have metrics. And if I don't hit those metrics, they're going to report it to the board, and they're going to go, cut that division. We don't do that. And no one has been fired in the government, ever for anything, right? So you also said that Harris I think Harris has been put there.
Yes.
I thought Harris was actually given the role to help on AI. That was a joke.
Also the border. She's supposed to be the czar.
Yeah.
That was a joke.
Yeah. So you guys if that's what you want, Kamala, I was with a very important lady the other night, and I just asked her, I said, hey, as a woman, how do you like that's, the representation of female, okay, that she's going to be the president of the United States? Yeah. Seriously, that's the best you can do? Oprah? I mean, dude, these people are crazy, okay?
Well, that's where we get that person. Because they blame us and say,
woman.
You're looking at that from DEI. It's not DEI. They hold this prejudice against us for, assuming that she's not fit.
DEI, I'm 66, you're 37. There's a woman over there didn't even go to college. She's making $1 million. What diversity issue do we have here? Okay? There's no women here. I keep asking, where are all the women? I've 50 years of business, dude. And these women, glass ceiling, where are all the women in IT, AI, and crypto? They're not here. There's not a glass ceiling to be sitting at. Like, I came in this space, y'all let me come in. But you
You
didn't.
just walked it.
And now some of you treated me a little, who's this suit, right? And now they've kind of accepted that I'm probably doing more good than harm.
Yeah.
But I don't see any discrimination. There's black people, orange people, green people, people from Malaysia, people from all over the world.
Yeah.
It's a massive cross-representation. Super wealthy people and broke people. And we all share one thing in common, which we want freedom. So that's why I asked you, hey, what does this democracy thing mean? I've been asking him to go do, hey, let's, once every 2 weeks, let's do something, get a congresswoman to come on. Let's do the Constitution of the United States. Okay? I bet you $10,000 you can't tell me what's in the Constitution. All of it. I couldn't. I'm not trying to embarrass you. But when did we stop teaching that in school?
Well, I'm not even trying to stand on that yet. We haven't. There's zero critical thinking. Because I come from California.
Zero critical
we're at 49th ranked in education. I came up in that public system. So seeing someone even step in like Kamala, you're looking at someone that's, put people in prison, use them for, forced labor. There's so many things she did as an attorney general stepping into this position. And somehow we have part of, this is in crypto. I've seen this in crypto as an educator. There is a side that is like, no matter what, they're going to vote blue. And my biggest worry is, what you're seeing on CNN, mainstream media, is this vocal point where they're trying to wash it. They're trying to say, no, none of that never happened. They're putting this candidate into a position that wasn't voted in by the people, which will lead me kind of to where I want to ask you, what is next for Gary Cardone then in terms of politics? Are you, is this to step into, or are you more branded around Bitcoin? Because it seems you're becoming more and more vocal. It seems like each and every single week, and you're meeting with bigger and bigger individuals. I mean, there's senators walking around here, there's governors, there's presidential candidates. Do you see yourself, helping advocate and push for something like that?
I never have. I've never given a penny to politicians. I don't trust politicians. I do not like professional politicians. If I was in charge of it, you cannot be a professional. 10 years, 5 years, you can't do anything. I don't know. But what I do know is the decentralized media thing that I was talking about, it is going to destroy CNN, Fox, CNBC, NBC, and there is no blockchain. There's nobody having to go to the SEC. It's happening organically. And this is why I keep saying, hey, we have to make sure we don't get censored.
Yeah.
Censorship, I'm trying to get my following up so large that when I am censored, and I believe I will be, because I will not be bothered. The one thing about me, that you can, it's not, there is not a number. And I don't have any skeletons in my closet. So unless you go grab one of my kids, it's just not going to happen. Now, that's a weak spot for me. It's the only weak spot. So the political piece, now we got all these politicians coming here. Why are they coming? Because decentralized media is making them come in. And notice the politicians you're attracted to. They will go on a space and have a conversation.
Yeah.
Vivek walked in the house. No security, no people. We're running cameras. I said, hey, man, never met the guy before. I made him come to my home. He spends 2 hours with me, unedited, unscripted. I'm asking him questions, right? Trying to throw him off his game because I don't trust these politicians.
Yeah.
And he did an exceptional job. I gave him $100,000 right after. Sent $100,000 to his PAC. Why? Because I want to be able to call the guy and say, hey, man, this is not cool. Okay, now I've never had that. I could never get that access through natural gas, the credit card in it, any of the business I've ever been in, 7 business, never had this access. So something magical is really happening. So it's, to me, it would be selfish for me not to plug into this and go, how can I be helpful? I mean, I'm literally going to meet more politicians in the next 2 days than I've ever met in my entire life combined. And they are the monster players. Now, why is it Biden won't meet with me? Kamala won't meet with me. No. Warren won't meet with me. There isn't anybody that meets with me.
Yeah.
Right? And that's old school thinking. Whereas compared to Bitcoin community, I can get a meeting with anyone.
You just walk in here. They're all here for it. Well, that's the thing. So this is where I've been stepping a lot more into the political side is I love seeing that on Twitter, on Rumble, on Kick, right? There's this more open source, perspective on Bitcoin.
Open source.
Everything.
That to me is a democracy.
I agree. I agree.
That's the way we define.
And when we have this conversation, that is what worries me. And this is coming from somebody that is big on TikTok. It worries me about TikTok. The narrative is controlled. The DNC funds creators. These kids are straight up are brainwashed. But hey, I think that's where I think this is perfect. Democracy is not dead in America. Bitcoin is the answer.
But listen, democracy doesn't mean that somebody that's stupid gets a payday. Yeah. You're gonna get clocked.
Yeah.
And to me, you're going to get clocked. Now, I think all people have to do is look at, why are these rich people coming to this space?
Yeah.
A lot of rich people coming in here, and they're excited about it. Right? Dan Shapiro, these guys aren't coming here because it's just shit and get this.
No, they're doing it. It's the future. You got to tokenize everything. We all see it coming, and it's been an absolute pleasure having you here today.
Yeah,
thank you for having me on as well. It's been absolutely hectic at Bitcoin Nashville, but this is honestly the best conference I think I've been to yet. I've been to Bitcoin Miami, and like you said, there is senators and governors. There's so many politicians walking around here. It is a different energy. We are seeing that tide shift. Man, it's getting me excited. It's getting my blood flowing. But Gary, absolute pleasure.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for having me.
Good to see you.